was the 1990s, a big show in a small town off I-75 in Georgia. They were called the biggest cocks in the henhouse. But things have changed since then. It's been 30 years, and they finally found a home here, like everyone else, doing a podcast. It's Erica and Mark, the phone call podcast thing.
Hey, hold on. Is that? I hear the phone. Hello, who's it is? It's a Preppa Pizza Pizzioli class. How are you? What can I take your order, please? We making a pizza. You wanted the pizza?
Oh no!
I'm making the pizza.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so did I accidentally call you during the middle of your second job at Pizza Hut?
Mark, ask me what I'm doing right now.
What are you doing right now?
I'm at my second job at Pizza Hut. No, that's not true at all.
I know. You're like me. We can't eat that.
I know. I can't eat that.
We know what pizza's supposed to taste like.
Oh, my God, no. I made a irresponsible, ridiculous, I spent way too much money on this purchase involving pizza. Would you like to know more?
You went and somebody at work brought their kid's dough kit in.
Oh, worse than that. I wish it was that.
Oh, okay.
So I was talking to Amway, kind of. I'm starting to think that's what it was. So I'm talking to our big voice guy who just introduced us there very nicely, Brian Lee, and we're talking about pizza because he likes my pizza. I make him a pizza. He loves my pizza. We're always experimenting on the pizza, and he's like, you got to step up your pizza game. Your pizza's fantastic, but it needs to evolve. And I'm like, I know, I'm constantly evolve. He's right. He's pushed me to make my pizza better and to evolve it to where I'm cooking it in a square cast iron now. And I have a whole method of, just making, right. But, the dough is, I'm just using a little bit of flour. So I need to step up the dough game. And he said, I saw this ad on Instagram. I'm like, that's cost me a lot of money in the past. These ads on
that's
Instagram.
Immediately.
Yeah. How do you think I got into super clone watches from John? I'm wearing a Rolex Daytona right now on my wrist that should be $30,000, and I think I paid $800 for. So Instagram bad. Stay off of Instagram. You will buy overpriced things that are very nice. So what I did was I spent $50 basically on flour. It's not just flour. It's pizza. It's pizza. It's a pizzioli class, and it's like a master class in making pizza. So they send you flour, they send you yeast, they send you some honey and some olive oil. They send you some other stuff to make dough like you would make in a pizza shop. So right now I've got like half of the dough is rising. And then as soon as you and I are done here, it'll be about 6 hours. So I can go back into it and put the flour in, mix it up a little bit with some more water, and then put this other goop in it. I don't know what the hell it is. It's all in the directions.
So this is like a 12-hour pizza?
It's like a 2-day pizza. I'm not going to be eating this. I'm not going to be having this pizza today, if that makes you feel it. It's going to be like a tomorrow pizza. And I started on this shit this morning. And I'm like, why am I doing this? I already know how to make
I guess I could drive down and by the next couple of days and I can have pizza with you.
You could literally catch a flight right now on Southwest and come down here. We would have time to go get dinner and then get up in the morning and then make the pizza, and it would be ready by lunchtime. That's how long this is going to take.
My word.
I know. So there's YouTube videos I've been watching. So I watch this guy, and it's like he's a professional pizza guy. He makes the dough and he rolls it and he throws it up in the air and he does this and he does that. And I'm like, I've always wanted to learn how to do that without having to take a second job. So what I've decided to do is spend $50 on flour to learn how to do that. So this may or may not be a scam. I don't know yet. I've been scammed before. We'll see.
Where did this dough come from?
California.
There's a problem.
I know,
right
California dough. But so I researched the place. Doesn't seem to be a scam. But now that I'm kind of, that I was doing all this, I'm like, I could have.
I thought if you bought it from New York, maybe Chicago, I would give those two cities okay. Pittsburgh would be okay.
Okay, so what I'm doing is
Detroit would be okay.
The first step is I guess it's called poolish. So you got to get the bag that's marked P, which looks like just flour, but maybe it is. So you throw that in there. You throw in some yeast. You throw in a packet of honey and a cup of water, and just stir the crap out of it. And then you put plastic over it, let it sit out, and you let it rise. And you give it 4 to 6 hours, and then you got more bags. You got some salt mixed in with a little more flour. You got a little malt powder mixed in with the flour. Then you put an olive oil packet in there. And then, you kind of knead it with your hands. And he shows you in the YouTube video how to knead it with your hands. And then you cover it back up in the bowl. And then you just let it sit for, a while. I assume until tomorrow. And then when tomorrow comes, he shows you how to stretch it and how to pull it and how to, so then you can like chop it up into, four large pizzas you can make. So
okay.
If I don't fuck this up, this could be very good. But
okay, so this is going to be, so you get 4 pizzas.
Or,
so that would
depends on how big they are.
That would be that'd be that'd be $12.50 for the dough.
Look, let's not do the math right now, okay?
A pizza. So right now you're getting to the point now where a nice Italian restaurant, you're just a couple of dollars short of having it delivered.
I could have gone to Jets, I know. But this is my pizza. I will have made this, and it's kind of like I used to be scared of drowning. So when you and I were in Macon, what did I do? I took scuba diving lessons and I did a remote underwater. I was the first person to ever broadcast live from under the water at Lake Tobosoffke.
I remember
And this is kind of the same thing, but with pizza dough. I've always been afraid to, explore pizza dough and to let things rise and sit for a day. And
yeah, I'm not much fun for making my own bread.
Me neither. I've never done this before. So I figured...
It just looks like it's labor intensive. It just looks like it's gonna...
It is, but I figured the best way to do it would be to overspend so I would be motivated to do it correctly and not waste $50. And the reward could be some pretty good pizza. So I know, but now I got bigger problems than that. I gotta sell my car like immediately because I just leased another car.
Well, before you get into your car talk, what I want you to do is I want you to take a picture of the bread when it's done. Yeah. All right, and then a picture of the pizza when it's done. Send it to me. I like to see what the final. And
please,
looks like.
You can put that on the Erica and Mark Facebook page, and you can see.
Yeah, because you'll end up eating it before next Thursday.
I'm not sharing this shit with anybody if it's good either. I'm gonna hoard this.
How about if your kid comes by?
Hell with her. No, get your own pizza. Go to Jets. She always says,
I don't like
Jets is good, man. They got that really sweet sauce, which I see. The Italians, they don't like the sweet American sauce. They like that sauce that's frankly bland. But that's just because my American palate has been trained to like, sugary, sweet tomato sauce. Because I've tried to go to the, I've actually bought the all-natural sauce made at an Italian, whatever the hell, Mazzaro's, the Italian place in St. Pete. They have good sauce. But I end up having to put all kinds of spices in it just so I can taste it. I'm like, what is this going to do besides upset my stomach? I can't even taste it. It needs to have something.
You get some of those guys that come down from up north and they open up restaurants in Florida. And we got one down here in just outside of New Orleans that the people they speak broken English. Yeah. And man, that food is...
Are you familiar with El Presidente?
What does that name sound familiar?
Because that is Dave Portnoy from Barstool Sports. That is his nickname, El Presidente. And he has a little YouTube channel where he does nothing but review pizza from all over the country. Anytime.
Oh, that's right. He goes around. Yeah. I did see. I have seen some clips.
Old Davey Page views is how it starts. And he's been here. He's been in Sarasota. He's been in Tampa and St. Pete and Dunedin. Right now, he's been in New Jersey for some reason doing a bunch of just Jersey pizza lately. But that's...
I bet you that's good.
I mean, some of it is and some of it isn't. But he was in New Orleans for the Super Bowl a couple of weeks ago. And he's very tough on pizza because he's from New Haven. He has a certain kind of pizza he likes that's from New Haven, Connecticut, that's very thin and kind of burned with, not a greasy sauce. But, he likes a nice... thin, stiff, good, crunchy pizza. He's got... And I support his criteria. No, I do. I like a little thicker pizza because that's what I make.
I like it thicker.
But anyway, he was in New Orleans and he was blown away. He was like, I cannot believe the quality of pizza that I'm finding in New Orleans.
There's a lot of Italians, believe it or not, in New Orleans.
There's a lot of people from New York and New Jersey who brought their game to New Orleans and made it work.
Yeah.
Why can't they do that to Florida? Every time somebody comes to Florida from New York, all you get is this floppy, gross, greasy pizza. And
they blame it on the
water.
They try to blame it on the water.
Yeah, and then you have these other places that ship in the water, and it's it still kind of sucks. There's no there's no great pizza in Florida. There's good pizza. There's acceptable.
There's a pizza place in San Carlos Park. It used to be an Italian restaurant right in San Carlos Park, right off of 41.
Yeah.
That was that it's right in the same plaza as the what do you call it? Ace.
Okay.
Hardware.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm talking
No.
about, across the
No,
street.
dude,
from that
I
diner,
know.
Mel's
No,
Diner.
I get scared in San.
Oh, you don't remember
I get
that
scared
area?
in San Carlos Park. I don't like it down there.
It's right before you get the Stero, and they got a good Italian restaurant there that I used to
It's
eat.
called Carrabba's. A really nice place.
No, not
Olive Garden. When you're here, your family?
No, I don't. I go there when it's because everybody wants to go, and I don't.
I know.
Want to go,
I did. Anytime anybody wants to go to Olive Garden, I'm like, really? Can you?
You could do better.
That's
you could do
that's
better.
the Chili's.
Now the fat me,
Yeah.
the 275
Yep.
me, freaking loved all you can eat pasta.
Pasta and breadsticks.
Because that's I mean that's you could just keep changing it,
Yeah.
and you could add whatever you. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Oh
Yeah.
the fat the 275 pound me likes that, but the new 215 pound can't do
Well,
that
you know what?
anymore, or I'll be back to the 275.
You know,
pound
if this pizza that I'm working on is good, I'm going to be I'm going to be 275 pounds real fast, and I ain't going to care because woo, I just like the
now I've
challenge.
never had New York pizza. I've been in New York, but I was a kid and I don't remember it that well. It was 1969.
You didn't come to the conventions or anything with us in New York? I used to go to New York all the time.
No,
Really?
I wasn't allowed to go to any of those things.
Oh, man, I have
I never got a chance to take advantage of any radio stuff that was cool.
I have vague recollections of staggering around the street in New York City after a show or something and waiting in line for pizza with some of my record company people. And
Other than dinners with some people like Jeff Davis
Yeah.
Jeff Davis would take us to the Braves games
Yep,
too.
yeah,
sometimes.
Jeff was great. He would even after I was out of radio, Jeff Davis would send me Lyle Lovett tickets for free, like front row Lyle Lovett tickets.
Oh, yeah. And then Gina Suarez.
Gina Suarez sent me a bunch of Zappa Japanese import CDs that came in the mail yesterday. I talk to Gina all the time.
Yeah, she was. She actually came by even on her way someplace else. But first of all, working for Cumulus, you're not getting any reps. Don't get any love. They got to go through corporate.
Right.
And then the besides that, then I couldn't do any pulls, help her or anything like that. But she actually stopped by. And we went out and had dinner, even though I really couldn't help her.
Gina Suarez,
which was really cool.
possibly my face. She's literally the first record rep I ever met in 1989 when I was at Z106 in Sarasota. And I was like my second radio job, and I had never met a record rep, and I thought she was so cool. And
I had a mad crush.
oh,
on her.
everyone loved Gina. She's absolutely gorgeous, and she's so nice.
gosh.
And she is my musical soulmate. She and I sent each other just crazy, links to music that you never heard of. Like, I sent her a television song the other day, and she's like, "Oh my God, I forgot all about this song." And then she went and saw Cracker a couple of weeks ago, and she texted me while she was waiting in line again, and she's like, "I'm waiting in line to see Cracker, and I always think about you because we saw Cracker together." And I'm
Right.
like, oh, damn it, I wish I was there. I would have come up if I had known you were going to Cracker. Crap.
Where's she living in New York
City,
still?
yeah. Yeah, she lives on the...
And is she still working in a record business? or
She
no?
works for a radio syndication company for a couple of syndicated shows.
Wait a minute, I know
Yeah.
that. I don't even know why you asked me that because she was actually trying to sell me at one time. What's the name of that black guy that's got like? This sounds so racist.
What's the
The
name
black
of that
guy that's
black
got a lot
guy?
of kids.
Oh.
And then he's got a show on MTV where they make fun of
Yeah,
people.
he's the one that Rocco used to call the dark-skinned lover. What the hell was his name?
You know, I'm talking about that one. Yeah, that guy.
Nick Cannon. Nick
He had,
Cannon.
he had a radio
Nick
show.
Cannon.
Nick Cannon, that
Yes,
was it. Yeah. And she was trying to pimp him out to me on my my top 40.
I'm
station.
always trying to get her to, or I'm always, she's always like, hey,
I forgot about
she's trying to get Scott Chase, who is another one of our friends who works up in Gainesville, Ocala. And she texted me last week. She's like, hey, you got to work on Scott. He needs to put this on his rock station. I'm like, I know, I'll tell him. So I'm
What was she trying to sell?
just a syndicated show for his classic rock station.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just something for nights
You know
or
what? Hey,
weekends.
would they? You should tell her to sell us. Let's do a syndicated like an hour show or 2 hour show, like a weekend
Then I'm
show.
going to have to start preparing for things. And I think it's painfully obvious that I do not prepare for this phone call podcast in any way, ever.
I really should. If my wife's listening in the other room right now, she's probably thinking, "Oh, there he goes again. He's worked. I've got too many things going. I got my hands on too many things right now. I got to.
Nobody's going to listen to this podcast because you're not close enough to your microphone. I can't even see your microphone.
Are you sure?
Yeah, there you go. That's it.
Yeah, it's right here. You can't see it?
I mean, I don't know.
Oh, that's because it's next to my shirt.
Oh,
Here.
yeah, I guess
See
it
in the
does.
corner?
Yeah, your shirt
I'm
is
right
the
there.
same color as your microphone. Look at that.
Yes.
Yeah, but you know what? If you listening at home, Chris, who sounds better? Is it me? Check 1, 2, 3.
Oh yeah, the guy. Yeah, who sounds better? The guy that paid $99 for his
Mm-hmm.
microphone, or the guy that stole a $4,000 microphone?
Look, I don't know what guy you're talking about because there's no guys here, and stole is a harsh word for.
Well, some guy
anybody who would do
did steal a
that.
$4,000 microphone. Somehow, this girl ended up.
I
with
don't
it.
know. I don't know who they are, but I bet they sound great on the air, don't they?
Let's take a quick break, and then you can tell me about your this car thing you're talking
Yeah,
about.
I got to check my my pizza dose. I'll be right back.
Erica and Mark. The phone call.
Ring, ring.
No, we already did that. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the segment where you want tech support. So do it again. Do it again.
Okay.
We just won't edit.
Ring,
we just
ring.
won't edit any of this out. Thank you.
No.
Thank you for calling Apple Tech Support. How can I help you today? What's your name, sir?
I love the fact that even though we're on the like the radio where nobody knows what you're wearing, you've actually playing the part well.
Oh, yeah.
You have an Apple Tech shirt on, a real Apple
I
Tech shirt.
literally stole this shirt from the Apple store in, I won't say, it was either Brandon or Tampa when they had their grand opening, and they had some shirts sitting there, but I think they were for the staff, and I had my bag because I was buying some stuff, and I was like, so I have an actual Apple staff shirt. That
They're nice, man. It's like a little semi.
it's just it's a
turtleneck.
very thick shirt, and it's got it's just a black shirt with a white apple on it, and that's it.
jet black
Yep.
with a white
Little
apple,
apple.
logo in the middle.
Right. So when I walk in the Apple store, people look at me like, "Do you work here?" And I'm like, "I should, though. I should." I have, and between you, me, and the walls.
No, I just dress like
yeah, which is true. I have applied to work at the Apple store right here by my condo 3 times now because I could use a part-time job because I need money.
And you get a good
I
discount,
need
I
money,
guess.
and that's exactly what's going to happen. I go to that Apple store, and every penny that I make there, I'm just going to
I was
waste.
gonna say they don't understand that the thing that you will be buying. things
They
with your
understand
money.
completely, yeah. But dude, those Apple headphones, those big $500 headphones,
Yeah,
I have to
eyeballing
stop
them.
myself from buying those things all the time because my old Sony noise canceling headphones are old, and I need a new pair of headphones. And I'm going to go deaf soon. I'm old, and I need to be able to hear these things before I go deaf, or maybe have something that's better quality that causes me to go deaf, which is those Apple headphones. But anyway, I'm sorry. Thanks for calling the Apple Store. My name is Erica. How can I help you, sir?
Yes, I'm thinking about purchasing a new phone. I'm trying to catch up with life, and
Okay.
and based off my phone buying from the i4 to the i11, I believe I'm about my 7-year
Got your 7-year itch phone? Is that what you're saying?
7-year itch.
All right. Okay, sir. I think we can probably help you with that. Now, can I ask you a couple of personal questions?
Yes,
Are
may.
you a cheap bastard?
Yes.
All right, so we're not going to go for the iPhone Pro, the iPhone 16 Pro. We have a new iPhone 16e, and the E stands, it's enough. It's enough of a phone. It's not as good as the 16 or the 16 Pro, but the 16e stands for enough, and it's cheaper. The camera is fine, but sir, let me ask you, are you out taking very high-quality photos with your phone? Is that what you use your phone for?
I'm taking photos, but not high quality.
Okay, so you are not a professional photographer for social media.
No.
You're not running a social media page where you have to do a lot of videos. And,
Yes, I do.
you do. Well, this
Yes.
might end up costing you around $1,200 for the iPhone 16 Pro, sir. But I think for you, because you are you sound old, and you're saying you're a cheap bastard. I think the iPhone the iPhone 16e is probably your best bet. It's a brand new product, and it's a very fast one. It will last you a long time. But again, it doesn't have the high quality lenses that you get in the 16 Pro. But I don't think you really need that, since you're not making high quality pornography, are you, sir? That's just a little joke we say here at the Apple Tech Support Center. All right, then. I think the 16E.
That might not. I'm beginning to see why you didn't get the job.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Me too. Now that maybe this is practice, good practice for me of what not to do.
Well, here's what I see.
Yes, sir.
When I'm going to a concert. And you know me, I just went to go see Roger McGuinn. So the average age of that show, because we were there and us kids were there, so the average age was about 74.
Can I ask you this, sir? Do you need a camera that takes pictures in color, or black and white is fine? Because it sounds like black and white is fine for you, sir.
Well, I'm watching these people get their phone, and then they're sitting there doing something, and they can shoot right in on that guy's face. And I'm pushing I'm trying to get closer, and I still get a pretty far off blurry picture.
All right, sir. A moment ago, you said you were not going to use this for porn. Now you're shooting things in people's face. I'm not sure you're giving me all the answers that I'm looking for here today, sir.
So I think I need a simple camera, but actually, I was actually thinking about trading it in for real, and that's what I was going to say. I was going to ask you, because I've been reading articles, and I don't care what magazine it is.
So you
PC
only buy
magazine,
those? You buy those magazines just for the articles? Yes, sir. We understand.
Well,
That's
the
not
thing
for
about
the photos.
those things is,
yes, of course.
all they are is just, well, you buy advertising here, so we'll tell you whatever you want us to say in this article.
That's what we do, sir. Yes, that's you figured us out. Well, okay, sir. My advice to you is, I want you to write this down, because I know that you're going to forget and not do it. But iPhone 16E, as in Erica. And the E actually stands for enough. It's enough for old people like you. The iPhone 16E.
That's what I
enough.
thought. Honestly, and I thought, because it's got the access to the AI and all that, and it's got everything, but it's very simple, and it's smaller too.
Sir, I'm not sure that you should be messing with AI at your advanced age, sir. It's
trust me.
I think it's something that you should probably leave to the youngsters in their 50s. Okay.
Yeah, the E doesn't stand for boomers, that's for sure.
The E actually stands for it does everything you need. It is for everything. It does everything old people need. And by old people, I mean you, sir. It's all you can. Let's look at the prices right now. Let me pull up my price list here.
$5.99.
So you've already looked.
Yes,
okay.
It's actually sitting in my cart on the Apple.
Oh, that's interesting. Now, did you go for black or white? Being in Louisiana, I would imagine you went for black.
No, I went for white.
Oh, wow, that's interesting. I didn't know that. So, sir, have you ever lived in Mississippi?
Yes.
That's why you went for the white. Okay, I understand now. We are having a special right now for an extra $100. We can put a hood on there for you. Are you interested in the hood for your white phone, sir?
No, that'll be okay.
Okay, no hood.
I'm actually proud.
All right, sir. Would you like
I'm proud to carry the phone.
Would you like a rebel flag a case for it, just to protect the phone from those damn Yankees? Does that interest you at all, sir? Maybe we should end this call before one of us gets in more trouble. Pardon me, sir.
Yeah, that phone only comes in black and white. I noticed that. And then, did you notice that in the Apple store, they got the covers they have, the silicone covers?
No.
They come in like all I wanted was like a smoke or like a gray or a clear.
Sure.
And they don't come that way. You got to get it black, teal, red, and something
rainbow.
else.
We have a rainbow color.
Yeah. Nah, it's not for me.
No rainbow. And are you sure I can't talk you into the hood? Okay, sir. Now, with the purchase of our new 256 gig phone, you will be eligible for a free set of sheets. Can I interest you in some white sheets? No?
No, thanks.
It's a deep discount. They are free, sir. All right. Well, we're going to get this taken care of for you, sir. And what else can I do for you today?
No, that was it. I just want to know if it was going to be a good buy.
It's a great buy, sir. And thank you so much for calling the Apple Store. I have other calls to take. And please stay on the line. And I would appreciate it if you would give me high marks on a brief survey. Have a nice night, sir.
Erica and Mark. The phone call.
Hey, what happened on that phone call? I didn't hear. How did it go? Did you buy a phone?
The guy was trying to sell me sheets.
Oh. Was he Chinese? Was he a laundry guy? Well, I really need to we need to end the podcast early today because I am shot out of a cannon today. I don't know what's wrong with me.
You really are. But thank you for answering my question, because I was wondering. It's like I saw that thing coming out, and I thought that's a decent price. Mine, I don't want to trade my 11 in because they only want to give you like $100 for it.
Okay, so you're the same guy who has 4 old cars sitting in your yard because the dealer only wanted to give you $1,000 for your car that didn't run.
No, I would turn around and sell those.
You're not going to sell. First of all, that's $100 you can get off of your phone, Mark. It's $100.
Yeah, I know.
And you're going to have a phone that is going to do nothing but be in the way for the rest of your life. That's $100.
Well, I still got my i4. My iPhone 4 is still sitting
whose
there.
fault? Exactly. Don't make the same mistake twice. Would you please, for the love of God?
I kind of wish they'd give you more money, though. That seems like it's like it wasn't that long ago. This what was that, 2020 or 2019 when the 11 came out?
Man, I don't know. I get a new phone every 2 years. So when did I get? I got mine a year and a half ago, and I have a 14 or a 15. I think I have a 15. The 16 is out now, and the 17 comes out in the fall. So
I usually buy mine in cash, but with the Apple Card, when you buy something from Apple, you get 3% cash back.
Right, that's exactly what I do, and then I get my tax refund, and I just pay my phone off, and
then there's zero. Yeah, and then there's zero. What do you call it? Zero interest rate.
Right. Yes, too. but I would just rather have it paid off because when I switched from AT&T to Verizon, it made it so much easier. And now I've got like this Verizon Platinum plan that has unlimited everything, priority access, and the internet's super fast. The phone is great. I pay $60 a month for that, for everything.
Okay, now where are you finding this? Because when I went on Verizon, the cheapest one I could find with everything and everything is, even with the 55 discount was like $80.
You gotta own your phone. They're probably selling you a new phone and including the price of that per month.
Okay.
So if you just buy the phone, your service will be a hell of a lot less. Now, thank you for calling. Who's your service through? Who do you have? Do you have T-Mobile or Boost Mobile? Who do you have?
I have AT&T.
Thank you for calling the AT&T store, sir. Do you have any questions about your service today?
No.
Okay. Well, thanks for calling then.
Not sure why I called.
Would you like to take a survey?
That might have been why I called.
Please take the survey. I need good marks or they beat me. Thank you for calling the AT&T store.
So let's get back on
We were on point somewhere?
No,
was I listening to the same show?
But we got a couple of minutes to kill.
All right.
So we were talking when I called earlier.
Oh yeah, I was busy
before you got interrupted by your boss.
Oh yeah.
You were talking about about you going to Atlanta.
Oh, so I'm probably gonna have to go
now, first,
day after tomorrow.
This doesn't make any sense to me because last time we talked, last week, you have a friend.
Got lots of friends
that wanted you to see something.
Lots of friends, yes. Oh,
electric car.
Did we talk? Oh, the car, yes.
A BMW.
Yeah, electric BMW.
And that he had one there or something. He wanted you, but how much was it?
It was it's like almost $800 a month.
Oh crap! Yeah, that's like it's got to be a $70,000 car.
$76.
Okay,
But there are discounts and rebates and all kinds of stuff.
Right.
Apparently, something happened about 6-8 weeks ago where this orange guy got into the White House and he's all pissed off at electric cars that aren't. I'm not sure if he knows what Elon does, but electric cars have suddenly fallen out of favor with everybody.
Oh,
and they're
yeah.
all just
Well, that's because they don't feel like they have to do it
well,
anymore.
they're all just kind of sitting now, and lots of these beautiful BMWs are. There's like 2,000 of them sitting around the country right now for sale that they are having a hard time moving. And I was like, well, I could help you move one of those. So of course, the dealer here in Sarasota, which is home to many rich people, the dealers here are all. Frankly, they're all kind of dicks. Even the ones that my friends work at. It's not my friend's fault. It's the dealership's fault.
No, it's you got to take it into the manager.
They only want to sell cars to rich people. And when rich people walk in there, they're like, I'll take the black car with everything and write that up and get it done quickly, boy, so I can take it home. They don't care what it costs. I care what it costs because I can't afford my lifestyle. I never have been able to afford my lifestyle. No one's ever been able to figure me out. When I was working and doing mornings in Macon, Georgia, I'm driving a brand spanking new Mustang GT, and I was making $21,000 a year. And even Curtis, our old general manager, he just looked at me. He's like, I don't know how you do it. I'm like, do what? He's like, I know what I'm paying you. I don't know how you afford this car. And I said, because I am creative, Curtis. I know what to do with my tax refund. I save money. If I want something, I literally have a savings account that I put money into. And I have stuff, and I'll sell stuff, and I'll put that money into my savings account. And then when I have enough money, I buy what I want. Mm-hmm. And he's like, well, you're awful smart because everybody else is drowning in their credit cards and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yeah, that's the other trick. If you don't have credit card debt, you could pretty much buy things. It's not hard, and I don't get in trouble with I owe my credit cards nothing right now. Actually, I think I owe it $14 because I bought a cheeseburger at Freddy's today with a chocolate shake and fries. Don't judge me; they were delicious, and I was hungry. But So I started calling around looking for better deals on BMWs after the one in Sarasota. It's trying to rip me off, basically. They're just trying to take as much money from me as they can. And even my friend was just like, sorry, I wish I could do better, man. I really could. So I still want to give him a chance to sell me a car. So I called around to a couple different dealers, and I found a deal on Reddit. And I'm like, ooh, this deal's it's like $600 a month for that. That is cheaper than what I'm paying now. So I took a screenshot of this lease deal, and I said, can you get me this deal on a car similar to this? And he's like, nope, I can't do better than what I did for you a couple weeks ago. I'm like, all right, so I have a guy who is kind of a car headhunter. So I hadn't talked to him in a while, and I talked to him today, and he, for $500, will find me the car, and this is all he does. And so I asked him, I said, how do you do this? And he's like, I got relationships at dealerships all over the country, and and I do a lot of cold calling, frankly. So what I do is I get online, and I have access to a lot of different manufacturers' inventory, so I can look and see where all the cars are. So I'll pick a dealer that is sitting on the most amount of the cars that somebody is looking for, and I'll just call that dealer if I don't have a relationship with them, and I'll tell them I have a client that's looking for this, they're looking to pay this, and this is, here are some options I found on your website. These 3 cars I would be interested in if you could, give me your best deal on those. And then they say, well, we can do this, and he said, come on, I worked with a deal in California last week, and I got this, and, I can go back to that dealer and get that deal, but you're in Atlanta, closer to where my client is, and they're a real buyer, and you can get this done by the weekend. And he does all the stuff that I would normally do, only he has better success at it apparently than even I do. So we've been hemming and hawing for 3 days about this, and he finally called me right before we started recording this and gave me the deal, and I'm like, really? And he said, yep, it's the colors you want. It's all the options. It's options you didn't even want. And it's below the price that I told you I thought I could get. And I said, oh, just do it. So set it up. Send me the paperwork. I'll send you your money. So I pay his fee for, he literally saved me thousands of dollars. So I am happy to pay him his fee.
Right.
And I got the car that I want. I didn't have to spend weeks looking for the exact specification of the car that I want. And I'm going to be old and dead soon, so I'm going to spend a lot of money on fancy cars for as long as I can. And then when I can't,
I don't understand why anybody would be fighting anybody on electric cars. So they're all sitting on them. because nobody once once the mandate went away where you had to have it, or they were trying to make it like you had to have it by 2030. Once you told people they had to do something, they don't.
Well, first of all, I knew that was never going to happen, and even Europe is starting to back down from that now because people like Porsche are telling the EU, it's like, hey, you guys still going to do this, right? Because we're going to have to close up our factories in Europe, and we're going to move everything to America and Asia. And we're just going to build everything in America and Asia because that's where we sell a lot of cars. And we don't really want, we'll sell some electric cars, but that's not going to be the focus of our business. And what Europe is like California. They're trying to make it, to the point where you can't get insurance for a car that is not electric after a certain year. Australia is already starting to do it in some places where insurance companies, they literally won't.
There's some places that are out of their stupid mind. But you know what? People that make rules are the same people that don't buy their cars.
That's true. It's kind of like all the women who are against abortion are women you wouldn't want to fuck in the first place. It's the same thing. George Carlin called it in the 70s, and the society hasn't. Are you okay? Have you not heard that before?
No, I never heard that before.
You did not listen to George. My brother and I did nothing but listen to George
I
Carlin.
did, but apparently that one went past
I don't know how, because that's one of his best.
Well, I was high back then,
I take no credit for that joke at all. That is totally his joke, and I have never found a statement to be more true than that. I won't say it again, but do you agree or disagree with that statement, by the way?
About electric cars?
No,
yeah.
About what George Carlin said. All the women who are against abortion.
No, honestly, I am pro-life, so therefore that's...
Well, you know what? Who wants to fuck you? Exactly. Just prove my point. Thank you very much. I have a bit of a potty mouth today, and I apologize to everyone with sensitive ears. Once again.
That's why I always had to put explicit, because I don't have the time.
Look, I try not to swear. I've been really good up until like the last 2 weeks. I really have.
People said, why is it always explicit?
Yeah.
You don't curse. Yeah. I go, I know.
People at your church are like, hey, Mark, tell us about we really like to listen to your podcast. No.
You can't.
No, you don't need to. You don't need to do that.
My friend
has got a yeah, it's my friend. It's not me. I don't have a potty mouth. I'm repeating George Carlin lines for fuck's sake. Oh, there it was again. Yeah, okay. I guess I do. Just slips out like that.
Well, I did, because you watched me almost get fired over potty mouth.
You said the S word on the air one morning. One of the funniest things that you were. Oh my God! Can I set the stage for this? I don't know if we've told this story in this podcast before.
Do we still have that tape somewhere?
No, I can't. Believe me, if I'd had that tape, we would have played that by now. But it's early in the morning, and Mark and I are both tired, and we're talking about a story in the news. It's about Max Baer, who was.
Right.
Who was?
Jethro for the Beverly Hills.
That's right. Max was living in Vegas, and he was trouble for what?
I think it had something to do with drinking and acting.
He was drinking, and he smacked around some Vegas showgirl, and
that's right. That's right.
And he got arrested for it, as he should have.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I know he's acting up. He's not.
Yeah. So and then I made probably some kind of an off-color joke, and then as I'm laughing. I was like, what's wrong with you? And you said, all I can think about is if Granny were still alive, she'd beat the shit out of him. And then I just laughed and went right into a record. I didn't say anything. I didn't acknowledge it. I just played the Led Zeppelin song.
But it was true,
it was. And then...
Granny used to beat the tar out of matter it was, but I just...
You slipped right... And then so after I cut the mics off, I just looked at Mark and I went, bah! And you were white as a sheet. And both of your hands...
This happen to me before.
Both of your hands were on your face. And you looked like Macaulay Culkin in Home Alone. Yes. And you fell off of your chair and you're sitting in the corner of the studio going, oh my God, I'm so fired. And I think I was the PD by then, so I was technically your boss. And I was like, don't worry, your boss doesn't care.
Well, I was worried about that general manager we had because he really didn't like me.
So he comes in the studio right after that, and he just says, hey, when you get off the air, would you come into my office? I got some stuff to talk about with you. I'm like, yeah, sure. And the door shut, and I was like, uh-oh.
I know.
And it turns out that he wasn't even listening. He didn't listen to our station. He had no idea.
No, he didn't like
but
us
dude,
anyway.
the calls that we got after that, they were like, "I didn't know y'all were allowed to say the bad S word on there." Ha, ha, ha. And I'm like, I know, right? Too. That Mark, he's got quite the mouth on him, doesn't he? Woo!
3 times I've said it. 2 times one time I got in trouble. 3 times I've cursed.
Yeah.
I said the ultimate in Fort Myers.
And
The F-bomb.
you said the F bomb on 96 K Rock, WRXK, Bonita Springs, Fort Myers, Naples.
Allegedly.
Allegedly? Not that the FCC is going to exist by the time this airs. I wouldn't worry. Trump's getting rid of that.
But yeah, what I did was, and you ready for this? You know where it was? I actually said it on the 360, recording a phone call, and forgot to put the beep in there.
What?
You know how you put
Yeah,
the,
yeah.
you remember the 360?
Sure, of course.
And you could just put the beep across it, so you could just sounds like a, And I had to play. It was a winner, and I had to play the winner back. And I forgot what it said. He said, "Oh yeah." I said, "Yeah, this is this is effing great, isn't it?" Or something like that. And he goes, "He sure is effing great." So 2 F-bombs.
Oh my
Me and
God,
the
Mark,
listener.
why would you do that?
So it aired, and then I started getting calls afterwards. But then what I did is I went to the 360 and beeped them out. And then when Brad came and asked me about it, I said, "Listen to it, man. It's got beeps on it. They just heard what they wanted to hear."
You lie. The baby Jesus loses his wings every time you tell a lie. How could you?
I was a very not a nice.
So
boy.
if Mr. Beasley is listening to this right now, does he know that you lied to him now?
Well, he could just count it as one of the 15 times he fired me.
It's true. They did fire you a lot down there, didn't they?
It was probably the most abusive relationship I've been in.
That's worse than your wife. Are you serious?
Yes, it was actually worse.
You've got to be kidding me.
No, it really was bad. It was the most most toxic relationship I have ever been in.
Wow. I'm very surprised to hear this.
And I was so loyal. I mean, that's how you know it's toxic, when they treat you like crap and you're still as loyal as ever.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say, Mark. I'm frankly shocked at this turn of events.
I can laugh at it now because I've done my step 4 with it. I've made my peace with it. I made my amends and I've forgiven them and I moved on.
Okay.
Because, hey, listen, it takes 2 people to be in, honestly, and this is probably not very nice for people to hear, but to me, it takes 2 people to be in a relationship like that. There's one that does it and then one that tolerates it. And if you don't like yourself enough that you allow that kind of behavior to happen,
hey,
that's
I mean,
on
we've all lived through our 20s and 30s.
Yeah, I just wasn't, I did not love myself
Yeah.
enough to put my foot down and say, you can't talk to me that way. You can't do that to me.
I don't know, man. I think I figured that out before you, because I actually got back in one of my boss's faces after I took this TV job 20-something years ago when she was bullying me about something. So I learned that the only way to deal with a bully is to bully them back. And
Yes.
I was still pretty new there, and she was being ridiculous. And I was to the point where I was like, I don't give a shit if she fires me. I'll go get another job. I'm young and in demand. And she would be making a large mistake if she. So I went in and got into her face, and after everybody was gone. And I kind of, I apologized to her if I offended her, but I told her, I said, I certainly wasn't intending to do that. And if you did, I'm sorry you took it that way, but that certainly wasn't my intent. And if you have a problem with me you don't have to mess with me until I quit, like you did with this Scott guy who used to work here. I saw you do it with him. I called her out to her face, and she's just typing really hard and not even looking at me. And I said, so if you want me to go, you do not have to fire me. I will be happy to resign, and I will say nice things about you, and you say nice things about me, and we will part as friends and just say that it didn't work out, or I got a different offer that was something I couldn't say no to. I said, because I don't want to have a problem with you. So are we good? And then she paused and she looked up at me and she said, we're good. And after that, she never messed with me again the entire time she worked there, ever. And she screwed with everyone in our department who worked there. She would go around the table and screw with somebody for a month at a time sometimes, and never with me. They all thought that me and her had a thing. And I was like, oh, God, why would you say that? And the one guy who accused me of that, he said, because she never picked on you. She picked on me. And she screwed with everybody but you. I'm like, yep, this is why. And he's like, oh, you bullied the bully. I'm like, I sure did.
Yeah, no, you're right. I never learned that. I didn't learn that in school. I just avoided conflict and just try to keep my nose clean. And that's not how you have to do it when people are constantly effing with you. You gotta.
I had to tell my daughter that when she was in middle school. She had some girl in PE class was messing with her and just always just looking and saying, I'm going to beat your ass. This like big black girl. My daughter's this like little skinny blonde hair, blue-eyed, 64-pound white girl. And she was really upset about it. She finally told me what it was. And she's like, I don't know what to do. And I said, would you tell your teacher? She's like, I don't want to snitch on her. It's going to be worse. And I said, all right, I respect that. The only thing that I can tell you to do is, and you might have to take a punch in the mouth, but you'll only have to do it once, and it won't be forever. But you have to out crazy her. And she was like, "What do you mean?" And I said, "You gotta embarrass her in front of everybody. When she starts doing that shit to you, you embarrass her, and you get back up into her face and say, "Go ahead, take a swing at me. You want to hit me so bad? Go ahead. I bet you're too big of a chicken shit to do it." And get right in her face and see what she does.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't hear what happened with that for a long time. And I guess the girl just kind of quit messing with her. I said, you just got to out crazy people sometimes, honey. You may have to take a punch in the mouth. But if she does that, they have a zero tolerance policy there. They'll kick that girl right out for punching you in the face. You'll never see her again unless you go to jail. So next time you'll see her.
Yeah. Yeah. You will definitely see her there. People with a chip on their shoulder like that, that's usually where they end up.
Boy, I feel like I had like too much caffeine today or a bump of cocaine or something. I don't know what's wrong with me. Is there a full moon?
You're all excited about your car.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm nervous. I still got to get rid of my other car. I have tomorrow to get rid of my other car, which shouldn't be a problem. But it's just stress and money I don't have. But it's got to be done. It's going to save me money, and I get a brand new car. So who cares?
So this is we've been doing this telephone call now for just about 10 months, and out of 10 months, this is your fourth.
It seems longer. It's not my fourth car.
You had your car, whatever it was, and then you had your Cadillac.
It might be my fourth. Hold on.
Then your Porsche.
Hold on. Now I got the Supra. I got the Supra in 2021, and then I traded the Supra in on the Cadillac in April.
So you had the Supra,
and then
you had a Cadillac. You got the Cadillac during one of our
April
shows.
of 2023. I got the Cadillac. So we've been doing this show a little longer than you think. I think. Yeah, really? We just haven't been. Yeah, well, you're old. You don't remember things.
Oh, that's right. Well, yeah, we didn't start really recording them or anything like that.
We were kind of practicing. Yeah. Well, have we gotten better? Because I don't think we. No. I didn't think so. So I got the Cadillac in April of 23, and then it was broken all the time, so I sold it back to the dealer in, I think, October of 23, and then I got the Porsche right after that. So I've had the Porsche since October of 23, and here it is, March of 25. So it's about a year and a half. That's about right for me.
Yeah.
Although this one I'm going to be stuck in because it's a 3-year lease. So that'll be good for me. It'll be good to see if I can.
Settle
Yeah,
down.
maybe I can actually commit to a person if I can commit to a car.
We'll start with a plant first.
Oh no, I got plants. I got 2 plants. That's another. That's,
Okay, and I see you got a puppy.
I got the dog. The dog's doing fine. She's staring at me like I haven't fed her in 3 weeks, and she's like, "What are you?" But she has times that she eats. She eats specifically at 8:30 and 5:30, and we are 15 minutes away from her eating time at 5:30. And
she knows too.
She is not letting me out of her sight. She is right behind me. And if I weren't talking to you and giving you all of my attention, she would be on my lap right now, just kind of pawing at me like, "I'm being all cute. Don't you want to feed me?"
Well, let's go ahead and wrap this up then.
Yeah.
Like we get her fed.
I'm sorry I've dominated the call today, and those tech support people.
Nah,
I
it's
hope the
fine,
tech support
man.
people were helpful with you today.
They were pretty helpful. They were trying to get me to commit to things I wasn't sure about, like a hood for a phone I've never.
That's interesting. Did you pick the white phone by any chance?
I
That's
did.
a new program that they have. I heard about that. I saw that on Reddit.
It's all about the white.
I saw that
phone.
on Reddit. It's actually on Reddit. Go look it up. I'll send you a link. All right, Mark. You have a lovely week, and we'll
too.
see if I actually get a car between now, because things could all fall apart for me, and I could be in an Uber by this time next week. We don't know what's happening.
Take a picture when you get
Yeah,
it.
if I end up going up to Atlanta, I will text you from Atlanta.
Awesome.
All right, man. Well, have a great week, and you
too.
text me a picture of your new phone. Although I don't know how you're going to do that because you're going to be texting with your phone, but figure it out.
Erica and Mark, the phone call.